Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to the Crafty Chemist. How are you doing today? If you hop on, say hello. If you're watching the replay, say hashtag replay. Let me share this live to the group. While we're sharing, tell me what you're doing today on this beautiful Sunday evening. Doing today. If you hop on, say hello. Okay. There we go. I think I got it shared. Let me go live on Instagram now. Hello, hello, Instagram. Welcome. We're going to be making these matchbook cards. And I'm going to be using these everyday arches dies and stamps. Hi, Dee. Welcome. So today was my nephew's 16th birthday. And I just got back from a lovely dinner out with the family, my brother and his wife and the kids, and Megan and Henry and their kids, and my mom. We went to Cooper's Hawk, which is really good. If you have a Cooper's Hawk near you, I recommend it. So today we are going to make these matchbook cards. So all you need is some paper, cardstock. I recommend cardstock for the base, and then whatever you want. I'm going to make this one, but I made another one just to show you that you don't have to use these dies and everything like I'm using. Made a cute little Easter version. Let me see. Aren't these cute? They're just something different. So let's talk a little bit about what's going on with Stampin' Up. The first thing you may have noticed if you've been on our website the past couple days that they have started something new, which is they now have a tab that's called Suites. So you can find everything that's in a suite all together, which is going to make things so much easier. And I'll show you what I mean. So like, let's just say this suite. So there's going to be a beautiful bokeh suite. Okay. And why it's really important, I think, that they're doing this is because the way Stampin' Up names things, hey mom, the way Stampin' Up names things, sometimes it's hard to find the other products in a collection. So for instance, the stamp set is called Beautiful Butterflies. This is Itty Bitty Bokeh Mix. The paper is called Beautiful Bokeh. So you see like Beautiful Butterflies, Beautiful Bokeh. And then there's a Beautiful Butterflies Hybrid Embossing Folder. So since they have different names, if you do a search, they don't both show up. I mean, if you search for beautiful, you probably are going to get a lot of things, but those two might show up. But now, if you search Beautiful Butterflies and then this comes up, there will be a kind of a drop down box that says other products in this collection, and it will show you all of these things. So now it's easier, I think, to find things. So I think that's going to be a big improvement with this. And then just a heads up, but on March 4th, is Tuesday the 4th? I think on March 4th. Yeah, today's the 2nd. So March 4th, a new set of online exclusives is coming up. So they're going to be dropping some new online exclusives. And I got several things from the online exclusives to show you. So I'm really excited about some of the online exclusives. So that's going to be dropping on March 4th on Tuesday. It seems like Stampin' Up! Drops all of their new things on like the Tuesday, the first Tuesday. So it's not the first, but on the 4th. This month is the 4th, but it's usually on that second Tuesday. Okay. Okay, so I was really excited about these everyday arches. And there is a whole collection that goes along with it. Let me show you on my iPad here. Um, okay, so let's see if I search for everyday, and actually, if I could probably show you what I'm talking about with the new website design. Okay, so here's a bundle. It's called Everyday Skies Suite, but I just bought this Everyday Arches stamp set and dies. So this is what I bought, the Everyday Arches bundle. So it looks like right now it's currently unavailable. I think these dies are what's not available, and that's why the Everyday Sky Suite is unavailable. Because the stamp, you can still get the stamp set, which I really love. I don't know if you can see, but the words are in this arch, so you can stamp sort of in one of the rainbows, like one of the strips of the rainbow. Okay, but I didn't get the paper, but it's really amazing, and I intended to get it this time around when I order on March 4th, but it's all basically skies. So I mean, look at this. Look how gorgeous. Imagine a card with this on it. Isn't that beautiful? And then, but the backs are very kind of soft and just kind of a small print. But that sky's beautiful. Kind of a night sky. That's nice. So you get the picture. So you've got beautiful clouds and skies and then a nice soft background on the back side. So, oh, this is beautiful. Look at this color. I love that. I think that's Blackberry Bliss. So anyway, I wanted to show you these because these do go with this collection. And here's the Everyday Arches set that I got. I've got the stamp set and I've got the dies. Look at all of those dies that come with this. And that's how I was able to make this gorgeous card. And I'll show you how to do that. But while I have this up, here you can see, you see how it says Everyday Skies, the paper, and then this product is part of, and then the suite, right? So you can see the suite. So it's nice that it gives you that link, that connection. And so here, Everyday Skies Suite Collection, and then there's a drop down. You can see there's the bundle, which is this one. You can get just the gems. You can get just the ribbon, so it shows everything in the suite alone. So I really think this is going to be a nice addition to the website. Hi, Ruth. We're making these fun matchbook cards today. Something just a little different. Using these, I really love these Everyday Arches dies, but you could just do it with regular stamp set. So all you're going to need is half a sheet of cardstock for the card base, and then a piece of pattern paper or something that's 4x4, and this is 3/4 by 4. No, yeah, this is 4x4. Yeah, 3/4 by 4. and then whatever you want to decorate the top. So it's a really easy card to make. Hi, Julie. Hi, Carolyn. So I'm really excited about that new website design because I really don't like that they name their products that are in the same suite different things because it's so hard to remember the name of things. Um, but I think this will help that you can see all of the other products on the website. So I'm looking forward to that. Anyway, since I didn't have the sky paper to go in the back, what I did is I made this paper. I used the um Soft Waves 3D embossing folder. I've been wanting to get this. This was an online exclusive item. This went with the that lobster and crab suite. I forget what the name of that one is, but the one that's like pink and orange and that. So I really love this, and I wanted to get it at the beginning, and I didn't, and so I got it this last time around, and I really love it. So I'm going to use this for the background just to show you because I really love it. Hey Don, well, we're just talking. I was telling them about the new website design where you can see the like if you search for like everyday skies, then it will also show you all of the other things that are in that suite, which I really like. And then you can see here where they've added this tab that says suites. And so that will bring you to the page with all of the suites. So here's the Everyday Sky suite, and then you click on it, and then it shows you all of everything that's in that suite. So I think this is going to be a really nice addition to the website. It'll make things easier because I'm a demo and I know like what's in these suites, and I have hard time finding things. So I can imagine customers who don't have the access to all of that, are having trouble finding things. But okay, you guys ready to get started on this card? Okay, like I said, you're going to just need half a sheet of paper basically for the card base. I would use cardstock, and then something to decorate, the top. This is 4x4 and this is 3/4 by 4. So, okay, so let's get started. So I made your little template here. So you need to cut the card base at 4.5. Wait, no, this is 4 1/4 by 11. I don't know why I put 4.5. It's 4 1/4. 4 1/4 by 11. Okay. So I'm just going to use basic white. And when you cut this, you're going to cut it, um, along the length. Okay. So let's do 4 1/4. So basically you're cutting this in half, and you can get two cards out of one sheet of cardstock, 8.5 by 11 cardstock. Okay. So let's just put this one to the side so I have it for another one. I mean, maybe we'll make two, depending on, this is going to be a fast card. It's a really easy fun fold. So maybe we'll be able to make two. We'll see. Okay. So 4 1/4 by 11. And then we need to score it. And I'm going to score it at 1 inch and 6 1/4 inches. So let me get my scoreboard. So I'm going to score it at 1 inch. And then this is the matchbook part that flaps up. And then what did I say? 6 1/4? 6 1/4. Can you still get matchbooks at places? Like if you go to a restaurant, remember how they used to have like a tray of matchbooks that you could pick up that has the name of the restaurant on there? Can you still get that at places? Maybe people don't know what matchbook cards are. I should have maybe thought about that, but okay. So the first thing we're going to do is you're going to fold the 1-inch piece up towards, towards the front, towards the top, I guess. And then you're going to take this part and fold it down. And so if you scored this correctly, you'll see that this overlaps this a little bit, right? It overlaps by like a 1/4 inch, maybe 1/2 inch. Okay. So this is where the matchbook idea comes into, right? You see that um, it looks like a matchbook. Okay, now here's the part. You're going to need a stapler, and you can use just a regular old everyday stapler, like from Office Depot or whatever. I had this. Um, I don't even. I think I won this at a Stamp and Scrapbook Expo because I can tell you this is not something I probably would have purchased on my own. Um, but I have this, and I was like cleaning out my desk, or I was looking for something I think in my desk, and I saw this, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna make those matchbook cards um, this time around. So I'm going to use this. I am going to use a small one. I used the big one the last time, and these staples are big. I don't know if you can see, but actually, let me show you the back of this. You can kind of see how big these staples are. And I stapled my finger. I don't know. I still have like holes in this finger here because I didn't realize, but there's no base plate here. So what I did is I just stapled it like this. And it went right through, the staple went right through there because there's nothing to cause it to, fold in. And it just stapled right through, right into my finger. Yes, I have seen those too. The matchbooks with emery boards. That would be fun. Actually, for the convention, they don't recommend, but people on the convention Facebook have been talking about they bring pillow gifts for their roommates. And I've made a couple pillow gifts. I don't think Sigrid watches my lives, but Sigrid's my roommate. I've made her 2 pillow gifts. I'll show you one. So this, I've made her this one um, with the chocolate bar. So this, and then I made this, a little lip balm thing. I wonder if I can do something like with the emery boards. I mean, she's not going to need an emery board at the convention, probably. But I probably could put a little notebook in here. Don't you think I could put a little notebook? That would be cute. So, anyway, I need 2 more pillow gifts because we're there for 4 nights. So, if you guys have any ideas about pillow gifts, I was thinking I did buy a hand sanitizer, like one of those small ones from Bath and Body Works. So that I am going to make a box for that. So anyway, off topic. But you could make something like this. Put a notepad in there. That would be kind of cute. So, okay, get your stapler. And if you don't have a stapler, really, I think you could just put a strip of tear and tape along the bottom, and it would work just as just as good because really you can't see them in the design on the front. Right? You only see it on the back. I got smart and used the small on this one. So in case I stapled my hand again, it wouldn't be so bad. Okay, so I'm going to try and use this. You could just use a regular stapler, like I said. See how it doesn't really, I don't know if you can see that, but it doesn't really go all the way down. So I've been having to push these down. I don't know. I must not be using this right. Like I said, I wonder if I'm missing a part or something. I don't know. Okay, so there's one. And then let's do this one. And like I said, you don't have to do this, but I think on a traditional matchbook, these are stapled. Okay. Oh, yeah, Mom's got some. Mom brought me some matchbooks. See how it's got the little staple here? We got them. I don't know if you could still get these though at places. Did you just get those, Mom? Or have you had them for 30 years? Hmm. Okay, so now this is basically from here you can design, decorate it as you like. If you just want to do something simple, like I said, you're just going to need some paper that's 4x4. This piece here is 4x4. And then there's a 3/4 by 4. And I did cut a template for that, but I don't know where it went. But I just pulled in to my house at like basically 5 till 7. So I tried to have everything ready, but I don't know what happened to the other piece, but you get the idea. 4x4, and then this piece is 3/4 by 4. Okay. I'm going to do this one. So for this one, I used the Brights paper pack because I thought it would be perfect for the rainbow. So all of these colors are in this one paper pack. So this actually is a really good card to make where you just have to buy one paper pack because all the colors you want are in there. Oh, so the stapler thing is discontinued? Oh, good. Then I don't feel so bad. I don't know if there's directions someplace. Okay, so I'm going to cut the 4x4 piece. And then I'm going to cut the 3/4 piece. If you are using something that's patterned paper, you want to I would want to cut it so that the pattern continues. So like if you see this one, I cut it here, but then I cut this 3/4 piece right from below so that the pattern, is kind of continues on. So I would recommend that if you have something that is that you could tell it's not just random designs. When you're cutting, make sure that you cut the 4x4 piece and then right below that cut the 3/4 by 1 piece. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to use this uh, stamp and cut embossing folder. This is the Soft Waves 3D embossing folder. Okay, to make this. And this is, look how pretty that looks. So here's the embossing folder. And it's the 3D kind, so it's really kind of thick. So let me get the embossing machine out. Okay, so this is, so let's see, using the standard embossing folders, using 3D embossing folder. Okay, so with the 3D embossing folders, you use plate 1, which is this base plate, and then plate 4. And plate 4 is right here somewhere. I just had plate 4, so hold on. Great, I don't know where plate 4 is. I just had it though, because I made this. Okay, well, let's see. Let's see what happens. You guys don't see it sitting right here, do you? Well, let me show you. First, I want to talk to you about the paper. With the 3D embossing folders, I recommend spritzing your paper a little bit with water. It kind of helps with the 3D image taking. You don't have to do this, but I do find that it helps. The paper won't crack if you don't spritz it. It could, crack along some of the deeper impressions. Let's see. I have my impressions pad from my Sizzix. I want to see if this will work. Oh, I don't know. This is pretty thick. Let's try this. Okay. So I wanted well, I guess it doesn't matter except for this one. I wanted my, the swirls to go left to right. So I'm going to keep it like this so that the swirls are going left to right. And then the same thing for this piece. Okay, so I'm going to put it in here so that the lines are going left to right. You do want to put the folded part toward, inside. Okay, let's see if this impressions pad's going to work. I don't think that's thick. That's not thick enough there. I'm going to try this and the 2. Okay, not recommended. Not recommended. I might have to get out my big kick to do this. Because I don't want to ruin I can't believe my plate. I can't find that stupid plate. Yeah, this isn't big enough either. Okay, I'm gonna get out my big kick. And then if this doesn't work, I don't have to emboss this, but I really like this embossing thing. Okay. Okay. There we go. And I'm going to go back through this way. There we go. Okay. Good old Sizzix. There we go. Let me move this. Wouldn't you know it, now that I did it, I found the stupid plate. I knew it was right here, guys. That's what happens when you rush home from a dinner. Okay. So I'm going to let these dry, but I don't know if you can see how beautiful this is. The 3D, it's very textured. It's very, very nice. So I'll show you this once it's still a little wet because I sprayed a lot, but nothing cracked or bent or anything because I spritzed it. So I recommend this. They used it with that lobster one because it it can mimic like the ocean, but I think it's great for the sky also. Okay, so now let's talk about this set. So the reason I wanted to do this whole thing is because I was thinking the bottom part of the matchbook would be really great for the clouds, and then the rainbow could sit on top. That was kind of what I was thinking. So let's look at the dies. And so to get this, what I did is I cut 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I cut 5, well, 6 if you include the white, 6 times. And so you get, when you cut this, you get all sizes of each color. So for instance, so for this one, I used the blue. So I still have all of these blue. So what I'm going to do is mix and match. So like this one, it was pink, red, orange, green, blue, but the next one maybe will be blue, orange, green. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So like if you cut each one once, so like 5 times. So once with the pink, once with the red, once with the orange, once with the green, once with the blue. And then once you do that, you have enough to make 5 cards. So you can see I have all of these things, all of these left over that I can play with. But I'm going to show you how I did it with this yellow here, just to show you. Okay. So let me get my cutting machine back. And with just regular die cutting, you just use the 1, 2, and then the 3 pieces. So here's the 1, 2, and then the 3s. Okay, so let me show you what I did. Can you see that pretty well on there? Okay. So there are a lot of these dies. And what I did was every other one. So like this one, and then not this one, but then the one in between. So this one. And then not this one, but this one. Okay. And then not this one, but this one. Two, three. And then not this one, but this one. Okay. And this sheet of paper is 5.5 by 4. So 4.5 by 5.5 takes the biggest one. And then you just kind of line them up. You want to try and be somewhat consistent with the spacing so that they will all nest together. If you don't want to mess around with that, you can cut them each individually and layer on top. If you notice on mine, I don't know if you can see, they actually nest within each other. This is just one layer of paper. You could just cut out the big one and then cut out the red and then cut out the orange and cut out the green and cut out the blue. But in that case, you're going to have the pink at the bottom layer and then the red on top of that and then the orange and then the green and then the blue on top of that. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 thicknesses of the paper. Whereas this is only one thickness. Okay. So I hope that that makes sense what I'm saying. And of course I use my good top plate under there, but that's okay. Now, actually, after I did the first one, I got I'm like, oh, I got to cut a lot of these. So I did 2 at a time. So I did like the red and the orange together and then the green and the blue together. So I put 2 layers of paper and it cut through 2 layers of paper, no problem. Okay. So now you can see that I've got these nice arches. And I cut them all at once. You can try and washi tape them down, but I tried that and every time I try to put the washi tape down, it like moved the die and everything. So I just found it was easier to just not washi tape it, but you can. Again, I used every other one. And if you use every other one, you can see how thick they are. Right? It's about, I think, 1/4 inch. If you did every one, it would be like 1/8 of an inch. Okay? So now you can see what I'm talking about. Now I have this yellow set, so I could now I have enough to do like five cards with this. Provided I did the same for, other colors, which I have. You can see I've done all of these. Okay? If you want to use these words, these ones you're probably going to have to skip like every 2, I would say. Okay, so that's kind of see if this is dry. This is pretty dry now. So let's start to assemble one. So here's my card base. And I did use the green glue. This 3D embossing folder makes one side is embossed and then the other side is debossed. So I wanted the embossed part up. Okay, so I'm going to put the glue on the debossed side. And because it's textured, I was kind of generous with the glue. Now this is 4 by 4 inches, and it should um, fit right on the top of the matchbook part. I would, if I were you, I would tuck this part in before you glue it down so you can get it nice and centered. Okay. Because there is going to be that little flap there that you want to not have the paper go under so that you can tuck it underneath. Right? So, right, see this part where here it says be safe, keep cover closed, right? That little piece. You want to center the paper on this part. Okay. And then on this one, you're going to put it right over where the staples are. And again, I used the glue more generous than I would if it wasn't textured. I still don't want it to leak out, but with the texture, you want it to adhere, you know. I am gonna take this one off so I can center it. There we go. Okay. So now you can see how nice this looks. Um, hmm. One thing I maybe should have done, which is what I did before, is I I actually layered these onto the 4 by 4 piece before I adhered it down so that I could trim it off. Okay, so let's pick some colors now. Like I said, we've got a lot of different choices. So I might use the blue maybe at the top. And then let's see, orange. I've got an orange one. Let's see. And so each one is going to be a little bit different. I was actually thinking about using this as one of my swaps at the convention. So what colors haven't we used yet? Red. Haven't used red. Is there let's see. Here's red. And then the hot pink. You know what? I'm going to see if I can switch the orange and the green because then it's just the reverse of what I did here. So I need a medium green and then a little bit smaller orange. Oh, I can't do that because that's the same orange. Okay, so let's just keep it how we had it. Okay. So like I said, each one's going to be different. And if you really want these to nest really well, um, you need to be really careful when you put those dies onto your paper that you're evenly spacing them. Otherwise, they're not going to nest perfectly. It'll be good, but it won't be perfect. Okay, so I'm going to cut this. Let me see. I want it to be about 4 inches. So I'm going to cut this at about 4 inches, right under the 4 inches to put on there. An easier way is to do this before you glue that piece down. Okay. Okay. Okay, so let's glue this piece down. Again, if you want, you could cut the whole piece, not make a rainbow thing, but cut the whole arch and then layer them. But you're going to have uh, 5 layers. It's going to be a pretty thick card, and it will weigh more than what you want in the post office. It might make it go over the weight limit. And so this first big one just kind of fits on there if you trim it to about 4. Okay. So this one I'm going to put here. I'm going to lock it in, nest it in. And then since I already glued down that other piece, I'm going to have to trim this. So I'm going to mark it where I want to cut it. I want to cut it about right there. If you're making a regular card front, these will fit right on the regular card front. If you're not doing the matchbook, these fit right on there and you don't have to trim them like this at all. But since I'm trying to make it fit on that 4x4 piece, that's why I'm trimming them. Would have been smarter to attach it to the sky blue piece before I glued that down, but I was too excited to remember that. Okay, let's put this one down. Okay, perfect. And I'm going to erase the little pencil lines. You really won't see it too much, but okay. The next one is the green. Okay. Um, let's trim it there. I'm just a big fan of rainbows like this, especially on these brights. I mean, I just love these colors. Okay. Now, obviously, the way I'm doing it, where I made the 5, I cut it 5 times, and then I'm going to randomly place the rainbow pieces. They're obviously not going to be in like Roy G. Biv color or order. So if that bothers you, you might want to just stick to this. 'Cause I tried to do red, orange, yellow, green, blue. Right, I tried to go into Roy G. Biv order, pretty much there. Um, but obviously, when you mix and match like this, you're not going to be able to do that. Okay, so red's next. So red's going to go about here. But it's still the rainbow colors, so it looks good. But by doing it this way, where you nest them, it really saves on the weight and the um, thickness if you layer it. And then one more. Just holding it down enough so that it kind of stays. And then the last one is here. And actually that one looks like it's just about, I don't need to cut this one at all. Okay, so there is my little rainbow using these dies. And you can see now I still have all of these that I can still use for another card. Actually, I can do 3 more cards with these. So it's a good thing to mass produce. Like do you remember with Close to My Heart we had those like it was like a sunburst where the die cut out all the like the triangles and it made like a sunburst. And if you cut out, I don't remember how many there are, but like 8 different colors using that die, you can make 8 cards all at once. And that's kind of how this is. You know, you take the time to cut all of the colors out, the 5 colors, and then now you're good to go for five different cards. Okay, I use the smallest die to make the sentiment. I thought that would be cute to still use the sentiment. So the sentiments on here are nice so very much. Like know you are loved so very much, that would go with it. Embrace the journey. Hello, thanks. Reach for the stars. So I'm going to use hello because I'm probably going to use this as one of my swap cards for the convention, which is it next? Not next week, but the following week. So I've still got a week to work on my swap cards. Although I do have I have about 30 swap cards made of 2 different designs. This was going to be my 3rd design. Okay, and I'm just going to use hello. Is anybody trying to make this or a version of this today? Let me know what you're working on. Let's see how this is. I'm using the Memento Tuxedo Black. Okay, not too bad. I could have done thanks, but I think hello is a little more general. Okay. And I did pop this up with dimensionals. So let's go ahead and do that. And I'm going to put it about the same height. And I'm only sticking it, let's see. This one I went all the way to the edge. So let's go ahead and go all the way to the edge. I'm going to put it about there. Okay, now I want your opinion because I might change it on this. On this one, I debated. I put the clouds at the bottom here. But I think, tell me what you think. So I put it like right here. You see how it is here? I left the flap so you could still tuck it, but I put the clouds in. I'm thinking about putting it on the bottom of the matchbook part down here. The reason I didn't on this one is because I thought, oh, it's going to cover this. So we'll see. You guys let me know when I show you. Okay, so this is actually, I think this is in the new um, online exclusives that are coming out um, on Tuesday. I mentioned as some of you have joined me since, but on Tuesday, there's going to be a new drop of online exclusives. And this is one of them. So I think I'm going to use this as the clouds. So let's see. So fancy borders. Let me see if I can pull it up. I can show you what people use these for. Oh, here's my iPad. How high the top of the clouds end up. Yeah, I was also afraid that it would be hard to tuck under. Okay, here's one card that I wanted to show you on this one. Do you see how here they I think they went every third they went every third one because it's a lot thicker than what I used here. So let me log into here. Let me log in real quick. Let's see. Okay, it let me log in there. So let's see, happening now. Wait, let's go to what's yeah, I guess happening now. Online. They've actually moved stuff around. Woo! No, I don't know if I'm going to be able to show you what the new online exclusives are. Ordering. What's new? Okay, what's new? That's what I'm looking for. Okay, online exclusive pre-orders. So this is a pre-order, but this is what's going to drop on the 4th. Um, I think these were part of the pre-order. Oh, here they are. Yeah, the fancy borders dies. So what people do is they obviously use them for borders. Some people use these as like on your envelope. So here they make kind of looks like a eyelet using the hearts. That's kind of pretty. And then this one, oops, it's not letting me, it's not staying. Why is it not staying? There we go. So you can see how it does these beautiful borders. But I thought I'm going to use it to make clouds. So let's cut that. I did use I used the close to my heart um, fancy borders die because I did not get this in time. Actually, oh, this will fit on there. I was like, it looks like it's too long, but it's not. It's not too wide. Um, I didn't get it in time to make my sample, so I just went ahead and used the close to my heart one. But today I want to use the Stampin' Up one. Because if I am using these for my convention swaps, I have to use Stampin' Up version. Ooh, look at those. Look at those clouds. Love it. Okay. So that cut beautifully. Did you see how smooth that was? Okay. I could have also used this one, but I think it's a little bit too, they're a little bit too wide. Okay, so now how thick should we cut it? So it's obviously going to be, so let's see. I'm going to cut it. Let me use my, I'm going to do 1.5, and then we'll go from there. Let's make it like this. And then obviously I'll have to trim off the sides. So Julie, you said you used a matchbook card for a tea party invite many years ago. Instead of the matches, it was a printed sheet on cardstock with the details that got stapled inside. Oh, that would be cute. Like a nice invitation. That would be really nice. Okay, so let's see. So I think it would be like that. So on this one, I do think I'm going to put it on the bottom. But here's the thing. Is it might be hard to tuck if I do. Well, I could still put it on there. We'll try it and see. Let's just try it and see. So what I'm going to do, and I probably don't even need that. I wouldn't do this here if I was going to put it, if I knew I was going to put the clouds down there, I just would have used this as a bottom. But let's try. Good thing I ordered some green glue on my last order. For somebody who never used to use glue, now I'm going through these like you wouldn't believe. Okay. So I think I'm going to put it like that. I'm going to trim off the bottom, or the here. Okay, so the thing that I like about this one is this seems like a lot of weight here. You know what I'm saying? Although some of it is going to be trimmed off, but I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of weight there. And then let me trim this real quick because it's a little bit needs to be trimmed from the bottom. There we go. What are your thoughts about gems? Because I was thinking these, the flat adhesive backed pearls, would look like maybe like raindrops. What are your thoughts? I couldn't put them on all of them, I don't think, because this is all that I have, but you think I should use these gems because they're like pearlescent? I thought they would be kind of raindroppy. Let's see. Have a cloudy day and a partly cloudy day. Yeah. Really what I wanted was individual cloud dies, to put some, I was going to put some clouds like here and then some clouds here. But I don't have any individual cloud dies, and I did not see any that were current that I could use on a swap. So I didn't go with that. There were a couple stamps that I could have used, but they were kind of smaller and I didn't know that they would look good. So I don't know. Okay, so here's this one. What do you think? Are we should I do the gems or not the gems? If I make these for my swap. Gems, no gems. What do you think? Because I don't know if you can see, but they really are pearlescent. Let me see if I can make it so that you can see. Oh yeah, so yeah, you can see in that how it's, I don't know. So here are our matchbook, and then you can, once it dries, like you can put your sentiment on the inside. Um, but this is what I was thinking originally when I kind of came it all together. Like I wanted to use these arches to make a rainbow, and then I wanted the bottom of the matchbook to come up to make clouds. Um, so I mean, it was what I envisioned for the most part. And it's a nice way, like I said, to make an assembly line of cards because once you cut those, you can make five. I think I could have fit one more layer, but I wanted to use that smallest one for the sentiment. That's why I didn't. I stopped there. I really love this 3D embossing folder. Maybe let me emboss this one using the Stampin' Up version because I was having trouble because I couldn't find the number 4. So I don't want you to think that you can't use the Stampin' Up version. I just it was actually in my box of supplies that I need to demo. So I'm not sure why it was in there, but that's where it was. Okay, so let's go back. And it says for the 3D embossing folders, you use the number 1, you use the embossing folder, and then the number 4. So the number 1, the embossing folder, which I did spritz, and then the number 4. So here's the number 4. So let's try this. That seems to be too easy to go through. Do you think it could have actually embossed that? That was not hard to put through at all. So I'm going to be really impressed if it was embossed. It did emboss, guys. Oh my gosh. This sandwich is so much better than my Sizzix that I have to like be the Incredible Hulk to make it go through. This was so smooth. Wow. And it's amazing. It is 3D embossed. So I'm glad I showed that to you because I'm impressed with how easy that was. So if you have any of the Stampin' Up 3D embossing folders and you've been having trouble with the sandwich, it's really easy with the Stampin' Up machine. So I recommend that. Okay, so here are the cards that we made today. And then I did make the one sample um, without this, just to show you that you can use whatever. And actually, this card was really easy to make. I made this really quick before I went to my nephew's birthday party. These are punch outs from the storybook. The storybook papers has these. There's a whole sheet of these die cuts, which makes those cards so it made that card so fast. But then you still have the regular paper. And actually, in 2 weeks, I'm going to be doing a storybook card using these. Oh, actually, there's 2 sheets of these. Look at that. I didn't realize there was 2. So anyway, this is actually a really easy Funfold card to do because there's what, two score lines you have to make and 2 folds. That's it. Let me get this out of the way, since this isn't the topic for this week, but I wanted to show, like, see how easy that is. There's also stamps and dies that you could make some of these, but okay. Next week I am going to do the meant to be paper. I'm going to make a scrapbook layout from the meant to be suite. Really, really cute paper suite. So we're doing a scrapbook layout next week. And then the week after that is when we're going to be doing the storybook. Not this card, but a storybook card. Wow, look at that. I'm impressed. I love that. Okay, and then the last thing is I do need to pick a sketch challenge winner. If you're new, I do have each week a sample sketch on my Facebook page. It's Crafty Chemist Designs on Facebook. And if you make a card or a layout from that week's sketch and post it in the comments on that sketch, I put your name on the wheel. So I will say Diana has the biggest chance to win, but Julie, you're still in there. So Julie, you have a chance to win. But Diana submitted for every sketch. So I select a winner at the last live of the month, and I didn't last week because I was having trouble with the StreamYard, so I wasn't able to. I didn't have time to put everybody's name on here, but so this is from from February. Okay, fingers crossed for Julie. Diana won last time, so you guys need more competition. Oh my God, Julie, you won! You won. You had 2 spots on the wheel, and Diana had 8, but you won. So I will send you a treat in the mail. Actually, I might test out the envelopes again. So my new envelopes that I got. So let me know how your product comes. I want to. I want some feedback on if it made it safely and it wasn't bent up and that sort of thing. You do have Vicky's luck. Look at that. Okay, so thanks for joining me, guys, and a happy 16th birthday to my nephew. I had to skedaddle from the um, dinner. They were just cutting the cake when I left so I could get home in time. we were waiting and waiting and waiting for the cake, and finally I was like, I've got to go. It was already like 10 after 6. So that's why I didn't make it back until like 5 till 7. So, but we did it. We did it. They done. So, okay. See you guys next week. Bye.